process, and from then I just continued to go on, and here I am, still pushing forward, helping others accomplish this goal.
Do I jump in
All
now?
right. Everything's good?
So hi everybody. I am Sakeya Wilkins. I am a loan
Yes.
officer out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and
Okay,
I
thanks.
have been in the mortgage business since about 2016. I actually come from a very strong sales background. I was in retail since I was 15 years old in Greenville, North Carolina at Brody's, if anybody remembers Brody's out there. And so I've always enjoyed sales and always enjoyed helping people and getting people whatever I was selling at the time what they wanted. And I got into the mortgage business and decided, hey, this is wonderful, actually, helping families with generational wealth and really talking to them and educating them about what it looks like to become a homeowner.
Okay. Absolutely marvelous. Now, Miss Genessa, you began speaking as we opened the show. Tell us a little bit more about the event and how you, um, entered the business.
Yeah, so the event's going to be the 20th, next Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. in Washington, North Carolina, at Redemption Tabernacle. And we're going to be talking about the 6 steps involved, what it means to actually work with a realtor and also, or agent, and what it means to work with an agency. Also talking about a agreement versus a contract, talking about the 6 steps involved in the process. Um, and one of the main, well, I'll back up a second. 2 of the main bonus steps that we'll talk about is the importance of having the right realtor on your side and the right lender on your side. So I'm going to let Zakiya give you the highlights of the most important first step.
Yes, so the most important first step out there, I would actually say, is your mindset, honestly and truly. Getting yourself in a mindset of, hey, I want to buy a home. This is something that I possibly want to do. And once you've decided, either if you are a single individual or if you are somebody who is married, has a family, you having the conversation about what does that look like? What does your budget look like? What are you able to afford comfortably now? And then saying, hey, let's jump out there and let's get pre-approved. And that's where you would actually speak to me first to get a pre-approval, and that is the first step in the entire process of starting the home buying situation. So once you are, pre-approved, I will collect tons of documents from you. Yes, tons of documents. And then, like with my partner, Genessa, I will provide that pre approval letter. And that's when you guys start the fun part, which is shopping for a home.
Exactly. I love to see the pre-approvals come through
Yes.
because that lets me know we got money.
Yes.
And we cannot purchase a house without money.
Need the money.
Even if you're doing it with a cash offer, we need to see the cash is even in your banking account. Like, we need to see proof that you can afford the house that we're going to pursue. And also, I like to have that pre-approval because if you're wanting to look at a house that, let's say, is in the 500 range, but yet you're pre-approved for the 200 range, why are we looking at the 500 range home when we cannot get an offer accepted? So I want to make sure that when I present an offer to another agent, that my particular buyer is able to afford this home. We are going to close, and we are going to make it through this transaction.
Absolutely.
There are about 5 other steps involved in the process as well, and that's the home search. This includes like looking for the home, like the criteria is involved. What do you want? 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, like all of that is kind of included. You let me know, we talk about, discuss your desires, location, etc. And then we'll talk about the offer in regards to submitting the offer to the seller to say, hey, I love your home, I want to take it off the market. Throughout that process, we'll talk about negotiations before we finalize and get fully accepted. And then we'll talk about due diligence and negotiations throughout that process, the pre-closing process, the closing process. And also, as Zakiya mentioned about your mindset, that's so important because this process has so many ups and downs in it. You have to be able to have a stable mind initially so you can be able to handle all these steps that we mentioned so you can make a clear and conscious decision persuaded fully by your own mind.
Absolutely. I want to kind of piggyback on what Genessa says when you all are putting in your offers and she's working with you and you have found the house that you absolutely cannot live without. That is after then. And I receive your sales contract and we are literally at go. When we are in the pre approval process and you are looking for your home, we are at ready, set. But once I receive that sales contract, we are at go. Literally the running man emoji.
Absolutely.
At that point, that is when my entire team in my office gets together, and that is from compliance, and that is my processor. Will take your entire file that I have presented with those initial documents for pre-approval, and we go through the entire process to make sure we have every single piece of information needed before we submit it to underwriting. And once underwriting receives your file, we get a conditional approval. I will send you a conditional approval email that says, congratulations on purchasing your new home. And as Janessa was saying, I was saying in the beginning, yes, your mindset has to be, the goal is to get the keys. The goal is for me to tell you clear to close. The goal is to say that we have done this, we have completed this, but before we get to that process, we actually have to collect lots of documents. And when I say lots of documents, I'm going to have a list of things that my underwriter has to go by that is from the government that says we need pay stubs, we need bank statements, we need to know what type of deposits are coming to. We need so much information when we are actually getting you pre-approved to make sure that we get to that clear to close stage. During that process, after we have your sales contract, I will send out disclosures to you. You will sign them, and then we order the appraisal, and we are off to the races at that point. And we are. It's a process. Purchasing a home can. I have closed homes anywhere, everyone, from 15-day closings to, depending on if it's a new construction, sometimes it has taken 4 months because, we have the environment and we have weather and such and so forth. And it can take up to 4 months if you're purchasing a brand new home. But the process is the process. I will hold your hand the whole entire time until we get to clear to close.
All right, so tell me, ladies, about next Saturday, just to re-up about midway this show. So tell me again about next Saturday, the 20th, and what kind of event is this, and what can people expect?
So they can expect to be educated about the process, get some understanding, have the ability to ask questions of things that they may have researched on the internet about the process. I know you're Googling. So come here and let's talk about it. Now, I may not give you the full, ins and outs because I am an agent. Remember that. Like, remember, we do not have a contract, and I have to be respectful that don't share with me what you don't want me to use later. Basically, if I get a house on the market and you come at me saying you're ready, I already know a couple things about it. So, I mean, don't put yourself too much out there, but come with general questions. I give you general answers. You want to work further? We'll definitely take the steps to get under contract, and I will be glad to represent you as your agent.
Absolutely. I want to also add in that situation where we're having the larger conversation in the home buying seminar, no situation is the same. Every single home buying process is different. It is not cookie cutter. Every single person's profile is different. So as you're saying, we can't say, oh, this is going to be kind of the same thing for every single person. There are going to be different situations for different people. There's credit scores, there's income, of course, there's a type of house that you want. There's also different types of government loans that you could be available for. There's down payment assistance programs. There's so many intricate individual detailing that go into the process that if you were wanting to jump into this home buying game, that we would have a more one-on-one conversation. But knowledge is power, right? So we want to arm you with as much information. And I know I have a ton of information. I know Genessa is going to have a lot for you as well, so that you can at least be well informed when you leave our home buying seminar.
And I also want to say, as professionals, we operate under the equal housing opportunity. And what that means is sometimes you see some marketing logos from real estate agents, lenders, or anyone in the profession. They'll have like a equal sign in a house. That means equal housing opportunities, where we are not supposed to discriminate against you, meaning how I treat one person, I'm going to treat everyone. So what I do for one, I do for all. It's a matter of treating you all the same, and I want to make sure that is clearly expressed to you. And if you ever feel like you're in a situation where it's not, please research and take the steps to make sure you get treated fairly.
Absolutely, because let's be honest, there are scammers that are out there these days, and I can attest for the fact that they're even all the way down with attorneys. There is wire fraud and those kind of things happening. It's the same thing for the bank. You know, we're FDIC insured. We are the same way. We have to also follow all of those guidelines to the letter to make sure that we are being fair and we are being equitable to every single person that we're coming in contact with.
All right, there probably are a few steps that a person would go through if they were in the home transaction process. Could you say a little bit about those?
Well, I just reiterate the 6 steps. It's the pre-approval, the home search, offer and negotiation, the due diligence and negotiation process, the pre-closing process, and then our closing process, where you talk with the attorney and transfer that property from the seller to you, or from, and you get your keys.
Yes, you get your keys.
That's important, right?
Absolutely. And this is the same for me, you know, pre-approval, house hunting, compliance and processing, underwriting, and then final approval and clear to close. And I do know, like, you know, we're having a conversation, and you know, we're just very casual here, but we will go into more detail of what each individual process looks like with the seminar. And I know there will definitely be tons of questions also during that seminar, because again, each situation is differently, and we can also delve in differently as well. You know, I know that Genessa can talk about inspections and, you know, that kind of thing on her end, and I can talk about appraisals, and, you know, just try to answer the, you know, the more intricate detailing questions that go into the process as well.
Wow, sounds like a load of information. So could you tell me, ladies, what keeps you focused in business?
I'll let Sakeya go first.
Oh, okay. Oh, honestly and truly, I go to every single closing. And when I tell you, I actually have a client that I've been working with right now for a year. So at this point, we are family. We have talked about some of the most intimate parts of their financial life, right? And they have told me about their family. I know about their children, their birthdays. I know about anniversaries, and we have been talking, you know, for an extended amount of time about them wanting to purchase a home. So when we go through this entire process, and they're going through the process with me and with the realtor, once we get to that closing table, when I tell you the emotions, my most recent last closing, we were hugging and crying, because it is one of the most largest purchases you'll make in your entire life. And you have at that point built wealth for your family, and that receiving those keys and signing on that dotted line, you have created wealth in that very moment for your family. And that is what drives me every single day. That's what I wake up to do. I'm excited about doing. I'm excited to talk to new potential home buyers. I love talking to realtors. My realtor partners are amazing. They keep my phone on fire. Do you hear me? On fire. But it is always exciting, because it's always a new person to talk to. There's a new situation. There's new hurdles to overcome. And so when you're going through that every single day, or every week, or every month, it is there is an adrenaline, there's an excitement of that to want to do that every single day to make sure that you are helping that family or that individual reach that goal. And I love being a part of that process with them.
And I'll say for me, my drive is helping others. I really enjoy being a part of the process where I'm able to help them and inspire them throughout this process and continue that relationship, that we're able to meet this goal together. And also, from purchasing my home, I reevaluated my transaction by obtaining more information about the business. So I'm able to tweak some of the transaction of what I wanted when I purchased my home. So that's kind of how I structure my business. And I am so excited for the transactions because every transaction has a challenge. And I am up for the challenge and I'm willing to stick with you throughout it and after. So
Yes,
that's what pushes me to.
I agree. And Janessa and I, we tag team. We talk all the time, all day. We are with you. There's one thing I can tell you. If you have us on your team, like we've got your back. Like we are not leaving you. We will keep you well informed. We will answer all of your questions. I know that Janessa works in the wee hours of the morning, and sometimes I have to say, okay, I've seen this email, but I can't respond. I need to go to sleep, but definitely we are in the trenches with you. We want you to get this home just as much as you want the home. So it's definitely is I can say it is a collaborative effort. We definitely work as a team, and we want you to hit that goal just as much as you do.
Outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. Such great information. Now, in the closing of the show, we have about 8 minutes left. Great timing. You guys are doing great. Is there one thing that you could say to encourage people to attend the event? It's almost like a Christmas in July, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
What would
Yes.
you say to people to encourage them to attend the event?
Well, I'll say I'm glad you mentioned about the Christmas in July because we will have some prizes at the event where, as you come into the event, we want you to listen, pay attention to us as we speak, and the more questions that you are able to answer confidently, the more tickets you'll be able to obtain, that you'll be able to increase your chances of winning these prizes, and just come and get educated so you can stay encouraged to obtain this goal. And if we can at least reach one person, then we've done our job. And it only takes one for us to be able to feel like this whole event has been a success. And is that going to be you?
I love that. Absolutely. I have to agree. Keeping an open mind. I know there are a lot of, let's say, experts in the field who have purchased homes before, but that there are not actually realtors or not mortgage loan officers. So, like we've said before, every situation is different. So remain open. Just keep your mind open in a sense of, hey, I want to just absorb and learn every single thing that Janessa and I are going to give you, and making sure that you're going to stay the course. Like, even if you're not ready to buy this year or even next year, at least you have the information. Knowledge, as I say, again, knowledge is power. Once you are knowledgeable, you're able to be well informed, you know how to move, and you will always have us. You will have all of our information. So even if you, like I said, you're not ready to buy this year, you're not ready to buy next year, you can reach out to both of us and we will give you those answers to those questions that you have.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I'm looking at the flyer and just a summarization of what we've covered here today, ladies and gentlemen, the homeowners seminar. Some of the key takeaways that they're looking forward to giving you would be the home purchasing process, working with a realtor, involved cost, the home search, and of course, how to prepare, which is so important, and obtaining funding for the process, and the pre-approval process, the down payment assistance. I mean, everything that you need, ladies and gentlemen, these ladies are here and well prepared to assist you with on July the 20th. So I know that they are looking forward to seeing you at the Redemption Tabernacle, 801 West 5th Street, Washington, North Carolina. And will there be lunch provided?
Yes, there will be. And I want to give a huge thank you to my sponsor for accepting the invitation to provide the venue and lunch, Redemption Tabernacle Church in Washington, North Carolina, where the bishop is Bishop C.E. Tetterton and Evangelist Tetterton are leading and guiding us according to the Word of God. And I also give a huge shout out to my church family. I really am very thankful for all of the support.
I'm excited to meet everybody as well. Janessa and I have not known each other long. I think we meet in maybe, was it May? Possibly that we officially met, and we started talking about. She was like, "Well, let's do a home buying seminar." So we have been talking and planning and being excited about getting this information to you guys for a couple of months now. So I'm definitely excited to meet everybody and to just like get you guys this information, and we're gonna make it fun because this, let's just be honest, buying a home can be a scary process, but we are going to make this fun. And as I said, we are your team. We've got your back. We're not going to leave your side the whole time, and you will be ready and you will be informed.
So if you've ever thought about owning a home, ladies and gentlemen, or if you've ever thought about moving into a new home, then you want to come check out the home owner seminar. Now, the registration process, ladies, if you will explain that, we got a few more minutes left on the show.
Yes, please feel free to reach out to 252-402-5891 to submit your name, and I will put you down on the registration, and you'll be able to receive gifts that will be provided for you, and also a chance to win some of the prizes. I hope you are able to come out and enjoy to obtain this information. If you ever thought about it, if it ever crossed your mind, I want to own a home one day, come out and listen to us so you can at least get educated and understand the process better so you feel more confident when you're ready to take that step. Because that's the main thing that I'm about, getting you to understand the process, get educated, and you feel confident when you make your decision that I feel good about this offer. I feel good about this house.
Yes, and I just want to add, bring a friend. Tell a friend, bring a friend. The more the merrier. Let's pack it out. I mean, I don't know how many people does the church hold, but bring a friend. It's always, in numbers we are a force when there's more of us, right? So, and especially in our Black and brown communities, there are so many situations where we just are not well informed. And Janessa and I's goal is to make sure that you are well informed. If you bring a friend, or even if your friend cannot come with you, let your network know, hey, I went to this amazing home buying seminar. I got some great information. These ladies were on top of their game and they know their stuff. Here is their contact information. I think you should talk to them. But again, it's going to be a great event, and I cannot wait to meet everybody.
And I want to reiterate that we are fully a equal housing opportunity.
Yes.
What I do for one, I'm going to do for all.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Excellent. So the contact information, of course, this is a major outreach, and the all hands on deck for the social media outreach on this. Can the listeners like, subscribe, post, and repost this information, and or submit questions to you prior to the event?
Absolutely.
Is that possible? Is there any information you want to share about your social media personality or identification?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Facebook. My handle is Genessa Tetterton, broker, realtor at Fathom Realty. So please feel free to like and share, follow, or you can please just call me. My number is 252-402-5891, and I'll be glad to talk to you about any part of the process that you want to know.
Absolutely. And I am on Instagram at the Clear to Close Shiro, because I do consider myself to be kind of like a Marvel's Avenger in this mortgage industry. And you also can reach out to me by cell phone. My number is 919-592-5808. I'll be more. You can call me, you can text me. As I say, my realtor partners keep my phone on fire. So sometimes on the phone, please leave a message. If you don't want to leave a message, send me a text. This is 2024. You can reach me almost in any area. Also, I will also add my email address is swilkins at Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do my email address right now, but I will definitely provide that information at the home home buying
Okay,
seminar.
great. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for attending and listening to the awesome radio presentation presented by these two young ladies from Fathom Realty. We'd like to invite you to the homeowner seminar. This has been a presentation by Awesome Radio, 107.5 WECU, 1570 AM. You guys have a great rest of your day from Awesome Radio.
AURN News.
I'm Jamie Jackson. Next week is a big week for